I'm curious, just for the purposes of we want to grab people's attention. So what are some of the major outcomes you got? Don't go into detail yet. We're gonna get into the detail, but what are some of the major outcomes you got from doing whatever it is you've been doing?
Oh, wow. Um, well, one of the major outcomes I would say is the relief from pain in my joints.
Mm,
Um, Also, another major one is the reduction, or I don't know if it's even gone or not because I haven't gone to the actual doctor yet to confirm.
hmm
But I had a really sizable fibroid
mm,
in the left side, on the left side of my organs, and it was very painful. Um, it was hard to eat most things because the constant bloating, just really a overall feeling of unwellness. It didn't matter what I ate or drank. Um, and around my menstruation time, it was terrible. I would
mm,
literally have to, I like the whole day or two was gone. The first 2 days,
hmm
and even throughout the week or so, it was very, very heavy, just very painful and uncomfortable. And it's like I just wanted to just stay home, like for that entire week until it was over.
Yeah.
So those were like the main two, and the third one I would say is my mental health. It really has helped improve my view on the things that I need to deal with from day to day. I suffer very much from anxiety and depression,
Mm.
and it was crippling. I did seek therapy, but we'll get into that.
We'll get into it. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll get into that. That was interesting. Therapy is definitely something that I would advocate for. Not so much with the medicines though. Yeah, I'm
Gotcha.
not a fan. So
Yeah. Okay. Definitely. All right. So I always like to like go back to the beginning of this process. So at some point you realized that you needed to make a change. What was that point? And can you maybe describe why you felt like, okay, I got to make a change?
yes. Well, a little bit about my history. I had a lot of trauma in my life, even from childhood up
Mm,
until my adulthood, and I guess that kind of was the catalyst of what formed my eating patterns. At the time, I didn't even know that I had anxiety, depression, and PTSD
mm,
because of the trauma that I experienced in my youth. I wasn't officially diagnosed until my 40s. So
wow.
that was like, yeah, exactly. Like, wow. So imagine you're constantly, you're dealing with the mental component, but at the same time, you don't really realize that there's an actual, issue.
Mm,
And that also spilled into me comforting myself in whatever way that I could. And the most legal thing out there is food. I mean, there's no
yeah.
I mean, hey, we there's fast food restaurants everywhere that you go. I never really lived in one of those affluent neighborhoods. I'm, kind of like on a borderline and not like extremely poor, but I'm not exactly an abundance of wealth, although
hmm
side now is a little different. So you kind of just grab whatever is there, whatever's available to you. And I didn't realize that I was hurting so much and trying to deal with everything. And I became a mom at a young age. So becoming a mom at a young age, and then experiencing homelessness while working two jobs, trying to finish my education and support them. It was just so many things that I had to deal with. And I put myself on the back burner because all I saw was I need to be a mom and get some kind of stability for my children. Um, I somehow managed to do those things with eventually getting some support systems. But once I got it stabilized, I didn't realize that the one thing I hadn't addressed was the trauma that
Mm,
I had experienced, and that I didn't realize that the trauma was still affecting me in my adulthood, and it really showed in the way that I handle certain situations. I didn't realize that certain things would be a trigger for me,
mhm,
and then I would need to um, sort of self-medicate through food.
mhm.
So, some like a big bag of Lay's potato chips. That's like my favorite. I don't know if that's because of the taste or because my dad always used to buy Lay's potato chips all the time. um, but just junk food. I'm not really, and it's funny. I wasn't really a junk food eater, but when I felt when I got stressed that I needed to have something. Um, I used to smoke, and I stopped smoking largely in part because of my now husband that I'm with now, because he didn't like, the smell and everything. So,
Yeah, it's rough when you smoke, like smoking amongst myself and my friends.
mm,
Cigarette smoking is
mm,
like the number one deal breaker.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah, it's crazy.
I can understand now why that is. It isn't a pleasant smell. It gets all in your clothes. And I didn't realize that it was also affecting my health as well, in addition to everything else.
Right.
I developed a terrible cough. I had asthma. Well, I still have asthma, quote unquote. And but I didn't realize how that those all of those things cumulatively were impacting me. And I the winters were the worst for me.
Mm,
Um, every time the weather would shift, it would get cold. I find myself in the emergency room
oh,
because
wow.
I had to get treatments for the asthma so that I could breathe.
Mm,
Um, it would get so bad that I couldn't stop coughing, 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 coughing. And it was just so many different health issues that I guess that also would make anyone be like, wow, this is terrible. Something has to give. It's too many things going on. I can't be my best self. And in 2017, I started my own small consulting business where I help people, mostly women, to monetize their gifts and help them in their career and things like that. And I'm like, well, how is it that I'm helping all of these people and giving them advice and things like that? But when it comes to me doing what I need to do for myself, I'm
mm,
struggling with that.
mm.
And I didn't realize that, well, maybe it's because I need support. I never thought that I should ask or seek out a community to get the support that I need.
Hi, Chris James here. I hope you enjoyed that clip, and if you did, don't forget to check out the full-length video available on our playlist called inspiring interactions. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and make sure to join our free membership at ahacommunities.com.